last weekend to us that I found quite interesting, and I waited to the end to see if you were going to cover it. Revenue Canada, how to opt out of Revenue Canada with your friend about the Revenue Canada book, the preamble.
With the lack of the preamble in the Income Tax Act.
I found that a 5-minute good story.
Yeah, it's an old story though, and it's on the DVD, and it's actually not as empowering now as the information about a notice of understanding and a claim of right being a lawful excuse, because now you can just tell them, you can tell all of CRA and every federal court that they could run to, no, 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 goodbye. It is that simple. Dude, who do you think these people are?
Yeah. We're conditioned for a certain...
Aren't you?
It's just hard to sort of...
grasping it all. And the sin is the same thing then. Every government thing, right?
Your first book that you wrote, is that still available?
No. My first book actually was called Registration Application Submission Means Drop 'em, Bend Over, and Don't Expect Lube, How the Government Really Gains Power. I was angry and big on long descriptive titles. I only made 20 copies of that. I ended up selling them outside an MP's office and an MLA's office because they weren't paying attention to me. So I went back the next day with these. They paid attention after that.
What's the name of your latest book?
What's that?
What's the name of your latest book?
My latest work that I'm working on right now is going to be called With Lawful Excuse, and it explains how to use a notice and a claim to establish lawful excuse to live your life where you have no reason to answer to anyone claiming to be a government agent or a court officer, provided you don't harm, damage, or use fraud.
Canada-wide.
Canada-wide.
When will that be available?
When I'm done it. I'm not accepting any timelines right now, no offense. Probably about a month or so.
What about car insurance?
Car insurance, again, that's a scheme. You aren't obliged to have it, although it's a good idea to have. And what we will be looking at with the Freeman Traveler program, you get 1,000 people. You get 1,000 people, you each put in $1,000. You now have $1 million in a trust fund acting as your insurance. You all share in that. You drive safely and responsibly. There's no accidents. That carries over the next year. It generates revenue for you. You share in that revenue, or you increase your pot, and you keep that there. If someone does get in an accident, you all pay, and then you top back up. But the guy who got in an accident, if he was stupid, you kick him out of your group. This way you pay $1,000 once, and if you're all smart drivers, that's all you pay for 10 years instead of $1,000 every 6 months, so you can support a bureaucracy.
When's that going to take place?
Dude, find 999 people and make it happen, because I'm busy. No, we're working on it. We're trying to get that arranged. We're actually talking to some people here in Ontario. It's a matter of having an administrator. And I can be a good presenter, but I am a crappy administrator for your affairs.
I volunteer.
Really? If you want to do it, they would generate some revenue. It would certainly generate, it would keep 2 people in an office, well paid and busy enough over a year. I mean, you just collect even the interest, and people would be happy to do it.
Oh, Mary.
Hey.
Okay, folks. Oh, where's little... Let's find Kareem.
Did you have anything regarding eminent domain?
Yeah, but the eminent domain, it's still the government laying claim, and they're shot down with a claim of right. Claim of right actually trumps eminent domain, I found.
What about the banks you're trying to start?
That you can already get access to. There's the SET system, sub-secondary electronic transfer, and you can get an account there. It's a good place to save your money, to store it. They do charge you 3% if you withdraw and deposit it into a bank, but if you take money from a bank and put it in there, they give you 3%, and you can buy just about anything through it. If you wanted to buy precious metals, it's the way to go, because they'll deliver it right to your door. Yeah, and a 3% increase. So I wanted little Kareem to draw. I'm sorry, what number is that?